Maybe we should.
Hey.
Yeah, there we are.
Hey.
Yes. What? Yeah.
It was a greeting. I'm not like trying to get your attention. It was hey. It's a greeting.
Okay, I thought you were going to tell me something.
No, it was a greeting.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Don Fortner. Hello, Travelmation agent.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Some of the people you wanted me are going to be there.
Like who? Oh yeah, I found that out
because
yeah. There's for those of you tuning in, there's a little fall gathering that happens in 4 cities called the Travelmation Roadshow. Just had the one in Indianapolis. They're going to Washington D.C. this weekend, where Tanya is going to be. They'll be in Atlanta and also Dallas, and hoping it'll be Tanya's first official in-person Travelmation event.
Yeah.
So excited for her to meet some peeps.
But not peeps who were trapped in Florida.
No, not peeps. Unfortunately, yeah, the Tampa Airport and Orlando International Airport have both announced that they're going to be closed. I think as of 5 p.m. tomorrow or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're traveling to, have travel plans to Central Florida over the next couple of days, hopefully, what we're talking about tonight may be a little bit helpful to you. We think the storms, based on weather forecasts and stuff, the storm's going to be passed by the weekend. So for our neck of the woods, there are a lot of people that have fall break plans. Our fall break is next week, always the first full week of October. So I've been chatting with some clients and some other folks back and forth, kind of what that's going to look like. But we're not canceling, modifying plans yet. We're going to look and see how things are and what the conditions of operations are and that kind of thing. So. But if you are in Central Florida, in the path of the hurricane, the Caribbean or wherever you may be, it's a pretty big deal. Thinking about y'all, and stay safe as you hunker down.
Mm-hmm.
So our topic for this evening is evening. Have to say it like that. It's cast members' hurricane stories, crazy travel moments in travel news. Our question of the day is, what is the craziest thing that has ever happened to you on a trip? This was the question of the day. If you were paying attention on the Facebooks, I did not post one for the day. This is actually the one from last week. We had to cancel the show last minute last week just because we needed to cancel the show. Life. Because yes. But anyway, that's our question today. Even if you've answered last week or you don't remember what your answer was, doesn't matter. Just throw it in there. We would love to hear from you. And by the way, if you go to travelmationjohn.com, it'll take you to our links for all the things. I should change that URL to Travelmation Team Rogers or something.
I'm here.
You're here. But I already own that URL, so
many days I don't feel like I exist.
Yeah, but she does. I can change that, and
my identity has changed to so and so's mom.
Yes, well,
I don't even have a name.
She used to be John's wife. Now she's so and so's mom.
Right?
Is that a demotion?
Any other moms? Feel me out there? Y'all feel me?
It happens.
I'm mostly invisible.
Hey, and I figured out how to do something. Watch this.
Look, I'm even talking about how I feel invisible, and he's just doing something else.
I quit. Just kidding. All right, but look.
One time I sang a song about how no one pays attention to me, and he missed all of it. Isn't that sad?
What were you saying? I get it.
Oh, that's cool.
I get that. I'm Bill's daughter and Susan's sister, so I feel you, Tanya. There you go.
Jen's got me.
Yeah. So
she got me.
Anyway, I do try to recognize Tanya from time to time.
That is exciting. Yay for Tanya. Ooh, that I get to go to DC. Yeah, I'm excited. If you have any recommendations, I'm making a list.
Yep. I've got
preferably things that I wouldn't do with the rest of my family there, like things that I wouldn't do with kids, because we're going to go with our kids at some point, and I will do those things there. So I'm going to do things that I wouldn't do with my kids.
Like the Holocaust Museum.
Which I have done before, but it's been almost 20 years.
Yeah. Very powerful experience, by the way.
Like a cool speakeasy. I'm not going to take my kids to a speakeasy. Yeah, I've gotten recommendations for some art exhibits, and of course, there's like museums, but I think I would probably
Should do
do.
a Washington D.C. ghost tour.
I love ghost tours. That is a great idea.
I have good ideas sometimes.
I think my Friday night plans just got me.
There it is. Well, we'll look into that. All right.
Okay, y'all message me.
Let's talk about some travel news real quick, and we're
Nope.
going to talk about some Hurricane Ian, Disney.
There's
news
a hurricane.
stuff.
That's travel news. Did you know?
Yes. The end. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye. Just kidding. All right. Disney Cruise Line vaccine update finally happened. We got an official announcement today, beginning October the 14th, for the Disney Wonder, Disney Dream, and Disney Fantasy and Disney Wish sailings, and November the 7th for the Disney Magic. Disney Cruise Line will no longer require guests to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Praise the Lord.
At the time of sailing. However, it is highly recommended. All guests ages 5 years and older who are not fully vaccinated will need to submit proof of a negative COVID-19 test taken 1 or 2 days prior. So if you are vaccinated, like read between the lines, there, according to that, like you don't have to have the test. But if you're not, you do. So there you go. Baby steps, right? So we're headed in the right direction.
And 4 and under, if you've been wanting to take a cruise and your kids are 4 and under, I would go. Yep. I would run.
Now's the time.
I would run.
Especially with the Disney Plus promotion that is running where
Still
you can
going?
save. Yeah.
There you go.
It is so full fare for guest 1 and 2, guests 3 and 4 sail free. So it's pretty exciting. And that's
then if you have more than that, they would pay 5, 6, whoever would pay for it.
And Disney just doesn't. I was trying to explain this to somebody recently who's talking to me about this deal. Disney does not do stuff like this.
I'm surprised it's still going.
Yeah.
I thought it would have filled up.
It's, it's only for cruises basically next spring through kind of mid-spring. But, it's
spring break. I mean,
spring break. Absolutely. No, there are some spring break cruises that
I'd like to go on a cruise.
For some. Yeah. It'd be fun. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
I kind of hate though how everything is made for this like idealistic 4-person family.
Yep. Although I think the Disney Wish has more like 5-person rooms on it.
I mean,
I
don't know that many people in the like grand scheme of the world, but like we know a lot of people with more than 4 people in their family. I mean, we were talking about, I want a transit van. Y'all know this about me. I want a transit van. I wanted a transit van for like
no times for 5
or 6 years. I want a transit van. And I was telling him we have to have at least a 12-seater because several of our friends have 6 people in their family. And if we wanted to pick up one other family and take them anywhere, we would need at least 12 seats.
Yep.
I would prefer a 15-seater. But I'm like, I don't know. Like having more than 2 kids is way more common than it used to be. And I don't know. I wish travel would like pick up on that.
Yeah. Jen says, talking about the ghost tour. Oh, that would be so cool. Come up here and do the one in Boston if she'll go with you.
I have friends in Boston right now.
Who?
Friends from school. You don't know.
You sure I don't? I know people.
The Fosters are there right now.
I've heard you talk about them.
Yes.
Talk about them.
They like fried pies too.
That's delicious.
Miss Elise is my fried pie friend.
That's kind of random. Do you want to like expound on that? Like
we like to eat fried pies.
Well, yeah.
And we're friends.
I don't know. Thank you. Bethany says, thank you. We need more love for big families.
It's gotten to where Bethany has 4 kids as well. So they have a family of 6 like us. It's gotten to where I used to say I have such a big family, and maybe it's just the circles I run in because we're homeschoolers and all this. But now I feel like a family with 4 kids is like small. Like I used to think I have such a big family, and now I know people with like 10 kids. And so I'm like, my family's so small. There's only 6 of us. Literally. It's 12 of y'all, right? Yeah.
Half of our sets of friends drive like Ford Transit.
Oh, we know several people who drive
vans.
Yeah, who drive the church buses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels like, I mean, and again, it could just be if my kids went to public school, maybe we would be the weirdos. But I don't know. I know a lot of public school families that have 4 kids.
Yeah.
You know, a lot. I mean, maybe it's the area we live in. I don't know, but I don't know.
Well, I don't like because we live in at least in the state of Alabama, we have one of the better.
We live in a very affluent area and a very good school system. Yeah.
So, a lot of people that have that, are adopted families that foster kids and stuff
Yeah,
like
we know a
that.
lot
So
like that too.
Ford just feels
It
normal
really
with my
does.
friend
Like, I
group.
can think of several friends I have.
Yes, there you
My
go.
mom will be like, "So is that your friend with the 4 kids whose kids the same ages as yours?" And I was like, "That doesn't narrow it down." I have lots of friends with 4 kids whose kids are the same ages as mine. Like, you're gonna have to be more specific.
There you go.
So I don't know. I just wish all these travel stuff is like for a family of 4. And it's like, it's still a thing. It's always gonna be a thing, but like, I don't know. Bigger families are way more common now. And like the times are not keeping up with that.
Yeah,
It's just very inconvenient to try to find.
it's true.
Like,
It's
we
true.
can't find a hotel room. We have to have a suite.
Yes,
Well,
or
I
that,
mean,
or like adjoining rooms or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Which, when you have a larger family, there's some. We need to do whole episodes on going to Disney with like larger families.
or any kind of travel, really.
Yeah, we need to do that. That's
Yeah.
I've actually done that like by myself, but not.
Hey,
since you've
next
been on the
week
show.
on Travel Tips Tuesday, how to do Disney with
After
a large
dark.
family. Stop saying that. He just did that
Check
for
the
bingo.
bingo square.
He just did that for bingo.
Kids, get your bingo cards out
If you haven't already.
if you haven't already.
All right, you can go
all,
on with the
all
next.
2 of you that are watching.
I totally rambled. That was all about
Bethany
COVID
and
testing,
Jen, thanks for being here.
hey, y'all.
Maybe Don.
They're my friends.
There you are.
They're there.
So anyway, let's talk about some hurricane news because this has to do with our topic for tonight. So, and our topic for tonight is. Or you want to look at the thing?
I just now decided I wanted to look at that one.
There you go. Cast member hurricane stories, crazy travel moments, and travel news. Our question of the day is:
Why
what
you
is
say
the
it like
crazy? What?
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know, because you say it like that sometimes. What is the craziest thing that has ever happened to you on a trip? We want to know. Just keep it G-rated. That's all I ask. So,
all right. So as of right now, Disney World theme parks and water parks closed tomorrow, Wednesday, September 28th, and Thursday. Disney Springs closed tomorrow.
Yep.
And probably Thursday. Don't know why they're not just going ahead and calling that.
I think honestly, it probably has to do with they can get Disney Springs open faster
A lot
because
easier.
it's a retail environment. There's not as much like vegetation and stuff they've got to worry about like cleaning up.
Vegetation.
And like in the parks, they're gonna have to do like really detailed inspections on the ride systems and all that kind of stuff. And there's just more stuff to go wrong in a park.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot that goes on. So in 2004, we were living at Disney World.
You want to finish this first?
And nope. And
Okay.
3 hurricanes came through Central Florida.
I thought it was 4.
3?
Jean,
2004.
Francis, Charlie. I thought there was one more.
Who knows their names?
Well, I was listening to another Disney podcast today. I was talking about it.
Anyway, 3 came through. He wasn't living down there for one of them. One of them we ran away from.
Run away.
One of them we stayed for, and it sucked. I mean, we're from Alabama and Georgia, where tornadoes come around, right? It's real scary. And like 12 minutes later, it's over.
Yep.
This thing, was it Gene? Went on for 4 days.
Yeah, we were like inside for 4 days. It was awful.
There were several of us. I don't know how no one got murdered. I really don't. I don't know how no one got murdered.
Died and came back to life.
It was so bad. Like, we hated each other. All of us hated each other so much. It was awful. And you don't go out. You don't go anywhere.
Do not.
It was miserable. But it was cool to see all the preparation that took place in the parks. I remember, so I used to work at the Backlot Tour, which doesn't exist anymore, kids. And there was a water fountain statue from Splash. Where is that thing? It was the actual statue from the movie.
It is. It's still there in the park somewhere. I can't remember where they moved it, but it still exists.
Anyway, they were like, that's really heavy. It's not going anywhere. But like trash cans and stuff, they actually like chain them down. They bolt everything down that's loose.
So there's like a trash can like every 30 feet in a Disney park, right? So that was one of my jobs when I was a cast member. I can't remember which hurricane it was, if it was that one or another one. They like made an announcement to shut down the parks early, and they're like, all right, I'm out there in my whole like tower tier garb, like running around with a hand truck and like moving trash cans around and
like a spool of chain.
Yeah.
Like,
at first they had us putting them inside like one of the bathrooms, and then they had us chaining them together. And
I mean, they know what they're doing, right? They've done
There's
this before, obviously, and it's executed very quickly. But it was just really interesting to be able to see what all they did, how smoothly it happened.
Right.
I mean, where I worked, there was a propane farm. So it was pretty much like move away from that area of the
You want to
park.
explain what a propane farm is for
They make propane?
the kids at home that don't know what one is? Well, it's not like they. I don't think they make the propane.
Well, it's like
they hold a lot of propane.
they hold a lot of propane. But I thought they did kind of make it because different components are held and then put together.
Yeah, that's true.
Like separately and then put together. Right. I guess. I just know that anytime there was any kind of lighting, it was like done.
For the old Catastrophe Canyon scene.
Well, but also for the water tank show.
Yeah,
tank show. But more for the canyon. But we had fire at the water tank show too.
We had fire.
We made fire.
Yay.
But anyway, it was just really neat to see. I mean, stuff you don't think about. I don't know, but it was interesting. So that's why I want to just go ahead and throw that a little bit out there. That was interesting.
Throw it. Also
took forever. Okay. Guests must check into their resorts by tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Yep.
I know some resorts have closed. Fort Wilderness, obviously.
Yeah.
But even like the cabins,
cabins at Fort Wilderness, the campgrounds, the cabins at Wilderness Lodge, the bungalows at Polynesian,
Canyon. Now you got me thinking Catastrophe Canyon.
Basically, all the Copper
Ridge. That's
Copper Ridge. Yeah.
All I could think was Catastrophe.
All the like accommodations that they're like not part of a larger hotel building.
Yeah.
Are guests have been relocated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
it's been very hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Like just accounts that we've been hearing from other agents. Not everyone's on their best behavior.
Yep.
It's a very stressful time.
Yep.
If you're down there, God bless you.
And one thing I want to say about that, like specifically, if you are down there and you happen to stumble across this, know that the cast members are doing the best job they can with the resources that they're given. And also keep in mind that they are people and they have homes that they've got to take care of. A lot of them probably have families that they're also worried about because they live there. They're not just on like vacation, right? I mean, their livelihood, their lives are tied into that area. So, if you're down there, I would say, it's easy to get stressed out. We paid a lot of money. Maybe you got family, you got people looking at you, trying to be, how are we going to fix this? Are we going to leave early? Are we going to stay? What's the deal, right? Or we can get money back, get a refund. Just be patient. Try and be a blessing to the people around you. And, maybe
a lot of that kind of stuff can be worked out later.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if you have booked with a travel agent, don't waste your time standing in line. Just at a front desk. Don't. Just reach out to your travel agent. Normally we would say yes if you're there. The easiest path is to go by the front desk to get something taken care of. But in a situation like this, reach out to your travel agent. We have resources and kind of a operating procedure we follow. In fact, we kind of found out about some of these closures before in options to modify trips before some of this stuff hit mainstream media. So we're able to kind of give people a heads up sometimes when things come down the pipe. Jen says, we'll throw this up there. Yes, make magic for those cast members. They are honestly doing what they are told and not trying to make your vacation bad.
They're
but
really not.
Keep you safe.
They could have had 10 guests being snotty to them before you walked up.
Yep.
So they may already be a little touchy.
Yeah, they're doing the best job that they can. And I'll also say, like, even without the hurricane, for some cast members, the general sort of, I guess, working environment is not necessarily like it used to be. So it's possible some of them may already be on edge. I'm not going to kind of go into too much detail about that. If you
that sounds super cryptic. I don't know.
But
you're yelling.
There's
I'm right here.
In short, there's a criticism of some of the leadership and how they don't support cast members in ways that they should.
Has that not been widely known?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Why are you being all cryptic about it?
I don't know. I don't want to be like.
Anyway, the Grand Floridian Spa is going to close tomorrow by noon. Close tomorrow at noon. That's the only spa? All the other spas stayed open?
There's one other Senses by Disney spa at
Saratoga.
Is it Saratoga? Yes, or Saratoga. So I think there are some other spas, but those are like the two like ones you want to go to. So.
So starting Wednesday, they're going to be asked to shelter in place at their resorts. You need to be where you're going to be.
Yep.
A lot of resorts will have like games and stuff that you can check out. They will
Yep.
have DVDs that you can check out. I would do it. I mean, if you have like, I mean, a lot of people travel with like a Roku or a Fire Stick or something like that. What I mean, my guess is you would have electricity. Like you know,
And
I can't see that. I mean, Disney, you're probably going to be fine with electricity, but I would, if you want to go ahead and go to the front desk, see if they have any games or movies or whatever that you can check out. They'll have board games, card games, stuff like that. If there are any stores open, maybe you want to run to the store tomorrow and buy, a couple things.
And these buildings are like framed out of like concrete and steel. They're not going anywhere.
Especially if you have a resort that opens to the outside.
Right.
I would make sure you have food. I would make sure you have what you need.
Bottled water.
Oh yeah, you don't want to drink the water. Yeah. I mean, I think you can. I don't think you're going to die,
right?
But you don't want to. But if you have a resort where you can move around inside, but even like I'm thinking, we stayed at Beach Club, but we still had to go outside to get to the main building. Like the door of our hotel room opened up into an interior hallway, but we still had to walk. So keep that in mind, just based on where you are located, whether or not you can get to dining. They will have dining available. But it might be very limited. So if you're like, I'm trying to think, where do we stay on our honeymoon? Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
That's inside, right? You can walk to dining inside without going outside, from what I remember.
You can.
So if you're at a place like that, you have something to rely on, but it's not a bad idea to just go ahead. If they're telling you to hunker down tomorrow and you want to go somewhere, I would go first thing in the morning. I would double check that Publix or wherever you're going is open. And I would just get a bunch of bottled waters, granola bars, whatever makes you happy.
That reminds me, I saw a,
but there will be dining there, just possibly. So just, talk
on
to
the on the Facebooks today. I saw there's a meme of there's a weather forecaster or the chief meteorologist of the Tampa Bay area ABC affiliate. His name is Dennis Phillips, and he's the right person to follow. Like if you want up to date weather coverage in Central Florida, follow him. Like he's a no nonsense. Like if you're from Alabama, think like James Spann. Like he's
not Spann the man.
He's not Spann the man, but like he's a no nonsense kind of guy, right? He's not in it for the clicks. He'll just kind of tell you how it is. But I think he reposted this on his page. It's a meme that somebody created where it's like a hurricane, like you've seen the hurricane forecast, like the models or whatever, where it's got the little line, little hurricane, symbols or whatever on it. But on the hurricane symbols, it's got like the Publix logo and like Costco and like Sam's Club based on like when they're opening, when they're closing, and when you need to like have gotten your stuff. So it's kind of funny. But in all seriousness, if you're in an area even where they have instituted mandatory evacuation, so mainly West Coast, Florida Peninsula area.
That was so close to my face.
Sorry. Those are the kinds of things that if you're going to go, get up, get out, evacuate. Because we had, I don't know if you can talk about this now, one of the hurricanes that we evacuated from, I think it was Francis, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was Francis.
Don't know, don't care.
And we evacuated from it. We're like, you know what? Everybody's gonna be like leaving during the day. We'll just drive overnight. The traffic won't be as bad. No, the traffic was probably worse.
Everybody was like, you know what? Everyone's gonna leave in the middle of the day. We're gonna drive through the night. And that you were about to fall asleep at the wheel, and that cop would not let us stop for us to change. No. And me being obnoxious, I was like, if he falls asleep at the wheel, I'm telling him it's your fault. He's like, I don't care.
We
I was like, we just literally wanted to get out just to like.
It was
Chinese fire drill.
It was literally
right.
It was bumper to bumper traffic.
I think we did. I think we got out of sight of him and then just stopped. And swapped. I mean, he was literally I
think other people were like doing the same thing.
Oh, it was ridiculous. But it's so dumb. He wouldn't let us.
From intersection. So like what do they call it? The turnpike. From the turnpike that intersects.
I blocked most of this out of my memory.
From there, even
I don't want to remember it again. You just tell me when you're done.
I'm not kidding. All the way till like I think just north of Valdosta, Georgia, it was bumper to bumper traffic the entire time. We averaged maybe like 25 to 30 miles an A road trip from Orlando to Atlanta that would normally have taken around 7 hours took us about 12 and a half. It was not a pleasant experience, but like every gas station, rest stop, they were cops were blocking people from parking on the side of the road. Like there were no hotels available, all that. So it was a stressful time. When we got back.
Are you done?
No, almost. I'm at the end.
You're yelling.
Well, you've got your fingers on your ear, so I have
to. You're yelling.
Oh, all right. So
I have to. Bubbles at the end. So loud. Everybody just like yanked their earbuds out of their ears right then.
Well, that's okay. When we finally got back, we had, I think it was like we were hoping to be back by like breakfast. It was like lunchtime, and we I think met her dad.
He's not giving a good tip, Jen. He's just telling a story.
That's what it is. So
Jen,
it's for that.
Do not help him.
It's fair that this makes you stressed. He is trying to just give a good tip.
He doesn't need it.
All right, you talk. I'm done.
I blocked it. I'm happy to leave it.
It was not a fun time. Like I remember it very clearly.
Clearly, obviously. There's some benefits to getting older and like losing your memory. Yeah. That's one of them.
But then I feel like we got back, and then she was on the college program, and then I think we ended up driving to like Birmingham or something the following day because you wanted to see some of your college friends or something.
I don't know. I blocked this from my memory.
And then we got back. We thought,
oh my gosh, why is he still talking, y'all? So, why is he still talking?
Story.
Something about Waffle House.
This is like it says.
Okay, listen.
Hurricane stories. That's
what is the craziest thing that has ever happened to you on a trip?
What is? Y'all? I want to know. All two of you that are on there.
Both of you. Hey, there's 3.
Oh, there are 3. Congratulations.
Where's everybody tonight? They're all getting ready for a hurricane. I'm just saying, one more thing about the hurricane, then we'll move on.
Go ahead.
I would rather hunker down at a Disney resort and sit out a hurricane.
I would love to be on the ride out team.
Than be anywhere else. I mean, like Jen was saying, like we said, those buildings are made, those structures are made to withstand these high winds. And there's just not a much safer place you could be.
Yeah, the Disney Dish with Jim Hill and Lynn Testa that I was listening to today on my run this afternoon, they were talking about this. Every like area on property has a ride out team, and they like these are not. It's not like a position. Like they get people to volunteer from all across park operations and property operations, and basically you have an assigned spot or area, where you like ride that area out, and there's a safe space for you or whatever, and then once the craziness is past, you get out there and you're like inspecting and checking on things and
ready to get
reporting in. Yeah. So, but I would love to do something like that. I think it'll be fun. Be interesting. So question of the day again, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on a trip? We got a lot of great responses last week. Some of these are kind of like sort of crazy, scary, crazy. Some of them are like crazy funny. So let's go and let's hear. All right. And again, if you're hopping on, would love to hear from you and hear what your crazy story was. All right. Haley says ours would be a bad thing. Flight got canceled. Had to drive 15 hours with 4 kids. Tire blew 2.
We've done that.
Oh yeah. Tire blew 2 hours away, and it was 5 minutes before all the stores closed. Had to drive that far on a donut. No stores could get our tire in until we got back from our cruise. So the day we got back, we headed to Walmart, and of course, it was a walk-up. So we had to sit on the Walmart floor with 4 kids for 5 hours, then drive 15 back home. Sheesh. But the cruise was great.
I was going to say.
Meanwhile, back on the farm.
You needed that cruise to de-stress.
Sheesh. Yeah, they're going again in 3 weeks, hoping for a smooth trip this time and no cancellations. Yes. There you go. Megan says, my 2-year-old son broke his leg on a slide in southern Missouri.
Oh,
Joplin.
Sucks.
Joplin's kind of like the Gatlinburg of Missouri,
need, like,
I think.
Every single detail.
3 years later, well, I know, but I like to give details. 3 years later, my almost 2-year-old daughter broke her collarbone falling off a picnic table in southern Missouri. 2 trips, same time of year. Not fun.
Just need to not go to southern Missouri.
I guess not. No offense to the fine folks that live in southern Missouri. I'm sure you're good people. Maybe not the craziest, but it's a family production here, right? Okay, here we go. We got one.
Well, the worst,
fair
Bethany.
enough, Levi. Fair enough. We got 100% stopped on the interstate for hours in the middle of the night in the mountains. People walking around and hanging out at 2 a.m. It's kind of surreal waking up to that as I was sleeping and the wife was driving.
That stinks.
That would not be fun.
Oh, Jen. I know this lady.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Jen says, Jen, I don't know if you remember what you said or not, but we're going to say it. Seeing Nancy Kerrigan outside of Space Mountain in my papa saying there's Nancy and her whole team of security stepped between them, but he still got the picture. There you go. There you go for the 90s. All right, Tori, I was walking in Times Square with some friends when some ESPN interns approached us. They invited us to ESPN's NFL draft party at the W Hotel in Times Square. We hung out with Chris Berman, Michael Irvin, Trent Green, Matt Leinart, and who knows who else. I know like 2 of those names, I think. We were a bunch of college girls on a school trip in 2006. There you go.
That's why they were stopped.
Yeah.
And asked to come to an NFL party.
There you go. Come on now. By the way, Bethany says
Walmart Tire Center is the worst. But you have to say the worst. The worst.
You know what's even worse than Walmart Tire Center? The Sam's Club Tire Center. Don't get me started. All right.
Y'all don't.
I spent a week there, a couple of hours one time. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My family, Haley also said my family also ended up on the Floribama Shore on MTV.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Is that like Jersey Shore?
Yeah. Yes, I think something like that.
Oh my gosh. They did not make us proud, did they?
No.
But she's got some like screenshots of them in the background, just like playing on the beach. That's fun.
There you go. Laura Fagan saw Queen Elizabeth II in person. It's a really cool memory. Alicia was upgraded to a concierge level in Boardwalk in 2011.
Does she mean like club level?
Yeah.
Or is that something different?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I want to stay club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Lindsay says, my first time going to Walt Disney World when I was a child, we were in the airport about to board our plane on 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
We ended up driving down the next day and hardly anyone was in the parks since no one could fly. I rode rides over and over and over since there was no wait. That was a time for sure.
That was wild.
Amanda says came within about 3 minutes of getting stuck on the sky this Skyliner for 5 hours right after it opened. Yeah. I remember that. If I remember correctly, she was a client then, and they had a room like within a direct eyesight of that. Like you look out and like see the situation going on.
What was the situation?
It was like soon after it opened, the Skyliner buckets crashed. Remember?
Oh yeah. That crashed is a very dramatic word, is it not?
I mean,
I think they like bumped against each other.
There was like glass and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think like when I think of crash, I think like 2 cars barreling towards each other. Like,
and that hasn't happened like basically since then. So that was right after it opened. Kimby says my 11-year-old
or dog.
Maybe. I mean, I thought the dog already came in here. Did he not?
No, he didn't. I'm just
gonna.
I'll be back.
What in the world is going on here? All right. Kimby says my 11-year-old daughter was taken by ambulance off the Disney Fantasy to the hospital in Tortola for possible appendicitis after spending the previous 24 hours in the ship's medical center, waiting to get to the port for the ultrasound. She did not have appendicitis.
We don't have to go into the details.
They were able to finish the cruise, which is a good thing. So there we go. She's back.
Did you even know I was?
Yeah, you disappeared, sliding through this week like. All right.
He's just eating. The dog's just eating. That's all. In case you were wondering. Snuffles update. He's adorable still. He's crunching his food.
By the way, I was reading the kids one of the Shine a Light books tonight, and there was a snuffle in there, like it said on the page,
like a noise that any animal is making.
Yeah.
Y'all, like 3 guesses what he's going to be for Halloween. I bet Jen can get it. I bet Bethany can get it.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, he's going to be Dumbledore.
Yeah, that's it.
Dog dressed up as Dumbledore.
Jen says she's just one away from bingo. Oh, no.
She said we were all over the board tonight. I don't know. I'm not looking at it.
I think I know which one it is.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Don't say anything to me. Stop talking.
I know what I haven't said yet.
Y'all know. Listen, stop talking. Y'all know what Snuffles is going to be for Halloween? No one. Should probably delay. Let's keep going.
I'll put my Run Disney mouse ears on.
What are you doing? What does this have to do with anything?
It's the one thing I haven't said yet.
Okay, listen.
Run Disney reference.
Can we just go?
So there we go. All right. We were sailing on a charter boat in the British Virgin Islands. This is from Kelly. We were sailing on the charter boat in the British Virgin Islands when my brother somehow, I thought it said pooped at first. It's not what it says. Somehow popped his knee and couldn't walk. which isn't ideal on a 40-foot sailboat. So,
See, like I would be like, he hurt his knee, it sucked. We had to go back and land.
The end.
Sorry.
The cool part of the story was that he somehow ran into Mel Gibson's orthopedic doctor, and who's the person that kind of treated him. So that was kind of neat. Ben says he was in Jamaica for 9/11. That was horrible. Yeah,
Ooh.
that probably stunk. Ben is our lovely friend from across the pond in the UK. So he probably had a hard time getting home there. Susan, they were chosen. This is a fun story. They were chosen. They're not all bad, I promise. They were chosen to be the grand marshals of the parade at Magic Kingdom on the first day of the Great Moments in History Muppet Show, because the manager who was picking us used to be a puppeteer and loved their enthusiasm. So that's pretty fun. Be nice to the cast members. Show enthusiasm.
Why did you just yell that at me? He's like, blah, blah, blah. Be nice to the cast members.
Do
blah,
it.
blah, blah.
I mean,
okay. I'm always nice to the cast members.
She needs to. That's what she likes for us to say. Kelly experienced an earthquake in California. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Jamie's wife fell backwards off the escalator at the airport and hurt herself. Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That's so sad.
Susan Dan Gehring was bit by a monkey. Well, okay.
I feel like we need more details.
Yeah, we need to hear about that. Samantha says she was in Peru during a minor strike and basically had to walk through their riots and transferred to another breast. Peru is a wonderful place, but they do love their protesting. Gary says, did not realize I was wearing my mom's dress pants at church camp until I was on stage doing a preaching competition in the crowd.
Travel related.
There you go. Leslie, I'm going to read all the details of this one. Leslie says, ironically, 6 years ago today, our flight home from Spain was canceled. They bussed us 2 hours outside of Barcelona for the night. All hotels were full in the city due to a festival. I slept in a chair on the balcony and didn't shower. The room was disgusting. This was the TV. This is like this picture of like a grungy old TV from like
1995.
Oh, it's bad. But the views were apparently pretty nice. So yeah, there's a picture of the views right there. So last but not least, Jennifer says a hotel employee broke into my room at 4 a.m. and then ran off, leaving the door open.
I feel like I need more details about that one as well.
Yeah.
The monkey and the hotel break-in.
Got bit by a monkey. So that kind of
Susan's
puts it on
just
there.
like, why you just gotta leave us?
Like what is even going on right now?
Suzanne, we need more. We need more.
Here's another one.
No, Jen, he's not gonna be Aslan. He's gonna be
Snuffles.
We're just letting his hair grow out, so he's kind of like scruffy.
Yeah. Jen also says I got stuck where the Oracle would hang out in Delphi, Greece, due to a man from my church daring me to see if I would fit in the hole. And then he hid me from the tour guide.
How old were you? Was this like last year?
That's like, I would not. Hey, I bet you could fit in there. What? No.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're not like, I can't be.
It's a classic. Hey guys, watch this moment.
Jen.
Well played. 17. Fair enough.
17. I'll give you that. We were all young and silly at 17.
High school.
Okay.
Right.
Jen, what are you drinking tonight? I've got Earl Grey. So y'all, I joined the sip club at Panera. He's tired of hearing about it. My whole family and all my close friends
club, y'all,
are tired. You are from Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Don't even start with me.
I embrace my Alabama.
Everybody's tired of hearing me talk about it. But
I earned my snack from him. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Hang on,
the guy who hit her?
I guess. Yeah. There you go.
She had water. Okay. Well, I've got Earl Grey because the first month at the Panera Sip Club is free. And so you can get a drink like every 2 hours. So I've been getting drinks all day. So I got my little Earl Grey, put it in my mug, doctored it up.
What'd you doctor it up with?
Liquid stevia and whipping cream. Heavy cream.
Did you whip it real good?
No.
Sorry. A little moment.
That's push it real good.
I know, but you know what I mean. Anyway.
Does anyone know what you mean?
Anybody?
Really?
Anyone? Peeler.
Okay. Let's go to bed. Well, I mean, you're going to keep working. I'm going to go to bed.
Well, I'm not
Let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm
he does stuff and
I'm done. I'm ready to go to bed. I'll probably work on this thing and send it on out. But as always, if you do have any questions about travel planning, we would love to be able to serve you. Currently, the URL is travelmationjohn.com. We will
because
be changing that.
/ because Tanya doesn't exist.
She does. We could put that in there as like an extra site if you wanted to.
It'd be a / wouldn't it?
I don't know. Some slash. Just say slash. We'll go with it.
/ Tanya doesn't exist.
No.
.html.
.html. Oh, Jen says she got bingo.
Well, yeah, because your Run Disney reference that was not it has to flow with the show. It's not fun if you're like trying to fill them in.
I don't know. All right.
Otherwise, it's not bingo. We need to like rearrange them every couple of weeks.
We do that. We should like have some that we keep that we rotate in seasonally. I don't know, just making stuff up. We should have like a special Christmas edition or something. Like Neil Patrick Harris could be the center square. Oh, speaking of which,
does anyone know what's happening right now?
Yes. Look, if you're a Disney fan, he's like, he's like a big Disney person and does a lot of the candlelight processional. The names for the people that can be narrating in the candlelight processional were announced. So that was exciting.
And he's won.
That's all. And he is. Yes, he's won. I think he'll be there for like 2 or 3 days. So good times. All right.
Carlton do it again?
I don't think so. Yeah, here, I'll pull these up real quick. They're I don't need all that. I could access these pretty easily, I think. So yeah, we'll kind of end with this. We're sort of bookending the Disney news stuff. I actually meant to talk about this, but I completely forgot. So that is on me. Here we go. Lots of hurricane update stuff. So Edward James Olmos, Raul Esperanza, Whoopi Goldberg, Isabella Rossellini, Josh Gad for the first time. That's fun. Gloria Estefan. MPH is going to be there 12:15 to 12:18, so that'll be fun. Mariska Hargitay.
That's fun.
Cal Ripken Jr. Kind of random, but there you go. Cal Ripken Jr. Marie Osmond, Courtney Vance, and Angela
Marie
Bassett.
Osmond will be the day of.
Yeah. So good times.
That's cool.
Good. So a good lineup. There were a couple of TBDs on there too. So
yep.
In kind of the first rotation in November and then early December. But that's up. It's good times.
Fun.
So
okay, good night. Bye.
Right, we got some comment. Hang on, lots of comments. We're ending on a high note. So there you go. It's good. Got all 4 people.
What?
Got 4 people.
We got another one right before.
5 a second ago.
What?
So there you go. All right. So
I saw I did see the foodie list.
Yeah, we'll do the foodie
we haven't done the foodie list for his Hispanic Heritage Month either.
Is that October?
It's like October 15th to November 15th. It's like
okay.
Yeah,
we need to do that.
Those may not be the exact dates, but it's like it's like half of each.
Yeah, well, we need to do another food show. But next week we're talking about.
Does that mean I need to go back to Disney World?
Sure. What in the world is going on right now?
I love to eat food.
She's drinking her Earl Grey at 9:21 at night. So, anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. We hope you had.
Late?
Yeah. She's falling asleep on the mic screen.
So tired.
She's done.
Is that what it's called?
Checking out. So yeah,
pretty self-explanatory.
Yep. All right, y'all have a.
It didn't have a cool name, like.
Go ahead.
Can't say it.
Is this something you gotta tell me off air?
I like if I start to say it, I won't be able to say it. It's not a bad word.
What?
You plug it in the computer.
Power cord?
There's nothing funny about that word.
I have no idea what's going on right now. She's lost it.
I gotta go. It's time. It's time to go.
Would this be the right time to bring up the chamber pop?
No, it would not.
All right, y'all. We lost Tanya. I think it's time to go. We'll figure this out. Y'all have a good rest of your week. And she's done, and we're out.